Randy, another month. We done, man. We almost done. We got another day.
Yeah, 1 month almost in the books. And how many months do we have in a year? 12? Is it 12?
Is that
Still?
this year? I'll have to go ask Google how many months of the year. I think it's 12.
Okay. Well, with inflation, I don't know if they're going to add another month in there. So
yeah,
we're into the final time. Hey, by the way, Randy Wooden with Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina, director for our professional center. A lot of folks have kind of reached out here in the last few weeks and said, hey, you know what? It's time. I either need or want to get another job. So if you're one of those folks, find me on LinkedIn and contact me. We're happy to get you on the calendar. Work by appointment. And I've got clients hither and yon. There's another saying for you, Teddy. Hither and yon, or over the hills and through the woods or whatever. So all good. Teddy, who are you? And let's after that, let's get started.
Yeah. So for those that never met me, I own a business called Burriss Consulting. I work for my wife. We teach business professionals and job seekers in all kinds of industries how to use LinkedIn as a business tool. We're also teaching Google Workspace business tools. We got 2 growing YouTube channels that are rich in content about LinkedIn and Google Workspace. But every week, Randy and I get together a couple different times a week. We do this promo show on Mondays. We do the big show on Wednesdays, 11:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last week, we had a great conversation with Bill Truitt about the electric vehicle industry. A really good conversation. Wait, we'll tell you what's coming up this week. You'll get a kick out of as well. Yep. But before we do that work, Randy's supposed to do some what's the word I'm looking for? Some deep searching research. Did you do
research, investigative reporting? And who needs AI to do the research I do? This is high level research, man. I'm telling you, all the intelligence resides here. It ain't artificial. It's right here.
It ain't artificial,
huh? All right, we covered
mirrors.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear
not smoke and mirrors.
No, but I should give that a try. Who knows? But all right, so we always do births, deaths, and famous events and whatnot on this date. So let's tackle this for January 30th. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, born 1882, our 32nd president. All right, little trivia for you. This guy, I don't have his birth year, but I'm sure his family would care about it. I don't. His name is Douglas Engelbart.
Oh, Doug,
you know that guy?
I don't know him. Tell me about him.
He was a scientist. He invented the computer mouse. This thing right here. So
I know the one he had, Randy, had a tail.
That's true. It did. Yes, it did. Gene Hackman, the actor, born 1930. Phil Collins, drummer, singer, Genesis and such. I think he's got some health issues. I don't think he can use the drumsticks anymore. I think he's got some health issues, but he was born on this date, 1951. Deaths on this date: Betsy Ross sewed the first U.S. flag, died in 1836. Mahatma Gandhi, assassinated Indian spiritual leader in 1948. Little trivia for you again, my friend. 1991, this fellow was named John Bardeen.
John Bardeen.
There's John Bardeen.
And what'd he do that I should know about?
He invented the transistor, which I assume was used on Gilligan's Island with their radio, right? The transistor radio.
Yeah. Back in those days, it was big. Today, they're microscopic.
They are. And another quick trivia: this guy was named Charles. Begins with a DJ and then has a few vowels and consonants after that. DeJassy. He was a chemist, and I found it interesting. They call him the father of the contraceptive pill. They found the father and
it's an oxymoron.
Kind of, sort of. Who are you calling a moron over there, Burriss?
No.
But yeah, he apparently developed or invented the contraceptive pill. Events on this date: the first attempted assassination of a U.S. president occurred on this date in 1835. It failed, but that was Andrew Jackson. Somebody tried to shoot him. First Winter Olympics were held on this date, 1924, in France.
Oh, yeah? Was it cold?
You better believe it was cold. They don't call it the Winter Olympics for nothing.
That's right.
All right, trivia for you. Elvis recorded Blue Suede Shoes, 1956. That was a cover version. Somebody else did that first. Remember who did that? Blue Suede Shoes. Carl Perkins.
Did he?
Blue suede shoes, baby. You know, that thing.
Yeah.
That
Did you
was
ever have a
Carl's.
pair of blue suede shoes?
No, I used to have some blue sneakers.
Yeah. I
But
had some suede shoes with
did you?
3-inch heels, Randy.
Whoa, a little disco duck there, aren't you?
Yeah.
And one last one, 1975, this event, this guy, and you'll get it by his last name, Erno Rubik. He patented the magic cube,
That was what he
better
called
known
it back
as,
then.
yep, that's what they first called the magic cube.
Yeah.
And of course, Rubik's cube is what we know it by.
Yeah.
I actually, one of my sons is able to solve that.
Oh, I can do it. Give me a month.
Well, but and aside from peeling the stickers off and putting them back on, I mean, there's a formula, and he learned what that was. And
Oh, really?
He couldn't do it in 5 seconds, but I mean, he knew how to manipulate it, and I watched him do it several times. So fascinating. Hey, quick story for you, Teddy.
All right, buddy.
In this day and age, we change jobs a lot. We kind of come and go, and I've been with Goodwill now just over 10 years, and just starting my 19th year this month at Fox 8. I come on every month as a job search guy, and I'll always remember the first time I was on. It was January of 2005, and when I called the person, one of the sales staff there, kind of set it up to have me come on. I called her and I said, her name is Kathy, and I said, Kathy, I really appreciate you, helping get me on there. I hope it went well. And she kind of laughed and she said, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to help. She said, they'll let anybody on once. I thought, about 5-10 minutes later, I got an email from their executive producer or whatever, said, hey, we thought it went well. Would you be interested in being in our regular rotation?
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. So what they said now it'd be a monthly.
It's been for 19 years now, regular rotation.
Yeah, and that's a long time. I mean, things come and go, and anyway, so it's a long time. But yeah, just hopefully another number of years ahead of me. But enjoy it. It's good.
Do you get an Oscar when you hit 20 years?
I don't know. Maybe I'll get a watch. So,
yeah.
Do they still give out watches? I don't know. Whatever. There's my story. Teddy, what's yours?
All right, here's my story. Randy, you've heard me talk about my work I'm doing with a local Rotary chapter.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working with 3 junior and seniors in high school to do a public speaking contest. Randy, it has been a blast. I'm really having fun working with these students. What has been the most rewarding for me is that we record every session as they're practicing to do this speech contest around the Rotary 4-way test. The very first video, you look at that, these kids, they don't know what they're doing at all. They're bashful. They're looking at their feet. Fast forward, we're about 5 or 6 weeks into the training. It's an 8-week program. Mm-hmm. And Randy, these kids are just, they're fabulous. They're standing upright. They know their content. They've got a smile on their face.
Wow.
One young man has a speech impediment. It does not show at all because he's managing it well, because he's speaking about something he enjoys.
Sure.
This is really cool. For me, it's a blessing to be a part of this process with these kids. And man, I may very well do this more and more because it's a lot of fun. So.
It is. And it's really, in fact, I work a lot with teachers, as you might expect, who say, I want to get out of teaching, right? I mean, that's the nature of the kind of work that I get involved with, people changing careers. But that's one of the things that they really enjoy about the teaching is seeing the progress of students and the impact that they have. Yeah. There's a lot of, let's just say, politics and red tape and a lot of hurdle. Well, I know, your wife gets involved with teaching.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. But no, good deal. Good for you and good for the students, because that's going to equip them with some skills that will help them throughout their whole life. It's not just a contest that they're in. This is life skill stuff. So, hey, by the way, I've got an old friend of mine that's scheduled to, and when I say old, I mean old.
Yeah.
An old fraternity brother, actually. Scott Sullivan is going to join us. He's scheduled to join us on the 1st of February. And mentioned Bill Truitt, talked about electric vehicles last week. Well, Scott is a kind of a big, heavy hitter guy in the solar energy space. So, we've all got our opinions about this and that and the other, and he's going to try to peel it back. Now, granted, he is a solar advocate and that, but we're also going to get into some of the history of solar, some of the hurdles, technology hurdles, legislative hurdles, financial hurdles. And so really try to get a balanced look at where's the industry, where is it headed, and where had it come from. So anyway, Scott Sullivan joins us this coming week.
We'll be fine with solar energy unless somebody comes along and licenses it.
Well, the Beatles did. Here Comes the Sun. I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
And anyway, so there's that. But
all right, what's your tip?
The tip is to show up. Don't give up.
Oh, yeah.
And whether it's a job fair, well, they don't hire people like me at job fairs. They're hiring other folks, or going to an after hours event or some kind of networking event. Well, I mean, they don't have any jobs there. And I'm going to sit here on the internet all day long and apply.
Hoping and praying.
Kind of, sort of. So, it's just like any game. You can't win unless you play, whether it's the lottery or whatever it is. Get off the bench, get in the game. And worst case, you're going to meet a few people, maybe make some friends, but you don't know where that might lead. And while there's no guarantee, I think it's certainly a wise investment of time. And you preach that all the time. It's all about a conversation. And if you don't have one, you're hurting yourself. So get off the bench, show up, don't give up.
Yep. All right, here's my tip, dude. By the way, here's the backstory of my tip. In 1992, I got on the internet with my dial-up modem and went to a web browser, and I clicked on a bunch of buttons, and I ordered a youth bra for one of my daughters. And they looked at me and like, does this mean we don't need to go to a store anymore?
Wow.
Listen to those words in 1992. Fast forward to what we do today with Amazon at all. Well, here's my new one for you.
All right.
Don't ignore this artificial intelligence stuff. Do not ignore tools like ChatGPT. They're going to have an impact. Whether we like it or not, those tools are starting to have a significant impact on our society, our businesses. You never know. One of these days, you're going to show up for lunch conversations with Randy and Teddy, and Randy's going to have a little bit different voice to him, and you're going to wonder, is he real or is it a hologram with some type of artificial intelligence?
This will be my avatar.
That's right. So
don't
ignore this stuff.
Hey, what is GHT or whatever it is? Do you know what? I don't know what it stands for. I've heard
what GHP stands for. I'll have to go find that out. I'll share it on the YouTube video.
Tell you how intelligent we are. We don't even know what it stands for here.
Go home, people.
Go home. We don't know what it means, but it's coming down the pike. And I remember the cell phone. I thought, why the heck would I need a cell phone?
Yeah.
I've got the phone right here, and I've got an answering machine, so life is good. But
we still have your Timex calculator or your slide rule.
I've got calculator right here, and I have an alarm clock that plays the radio, or it goes ee, ee, ee. I've never used my phone as an alarm in my entire
so far
life. So far.
Yeah.
But I have it in case I need it. I just have to figure out how to use it. Anyway, Teddy, hey, we've got a great show coming up on Wednesday. It'll be Scott Sullivan. He'll be back. I haven't talked to Scott other than just a quick phone message in probably a number of years. But great guy. And he's all about solar energy. We're going to get educated on that one. Looking forward to it, Teddy. Yeah, man.
All right, buddy. I will chat you later, man. Have a good day. Bye.
See you.